While Hell's Kitchen can be absolutely taxing on the mental state of the contestants, every once in a while they can think outside the box and hack a certain competition to help themselves or team the victory. What's going on, guys? I'm FlynnMasters, and today we'll be looking at 5 times Hell's Kitchen contestants hacked competitions. Before we begin, please be sure to like and subscribe for more fun HK content like this, especially if you would like to see a part 2. I also have to give a huge shout out to fellow content creator Prettium for the concept of this video, as he has posted over 2 hours worth of Survivor players hacking challenges, so please give his videos a watch as well, as they're entertaining even if you're not a Survivor fan. With all that said, let's take a look back at 5 times Hell's Kitchen contestants got creative and hacked competitions.
Bloody hell, here I go again.
Usually in Hell's Kitchen, chefs are assigned to go toe-to-toe with someone from the opposing team, and if they do compete in pairs, that pair has to create one dish together. However, in Season 17 All-Stars, the chefs were put in pairs, and they're given the same dishes to make after they randomly picked out ingredients from the Hell's Kitchen jungle beforehand. So with this in mind, Robin figured she could simply copy off her partner Ben, instead of trying to BS a dish she wasn't comfortable in. And if there's anybody you can be safe with when it comes to copying off of, it's Benjamin, one of Hell's Kitchen's most consistent chefs. With Robin pulling off this cheating off the smart kid tactic in the kitchen, she and Ben both had absolutely phenomenal dishes, which ultimately won the blue team reward.
I never cooked elk before, so what I'm doing now is I am watching Ben like a hawk. When Ben puts his elk down, I'll put my elk in a saute pan. When he rotates it, I'll rotate it. Because in Benjamin, I'm totally confident that I'm gonna nail this elk dish.
It's simple, it's nice. It has some nice acidity to it.
Thank you, Chef.
I love chimichurri.
Yeah, delivered a bit of a wow. Chimichurri, great idea, by the way.
I think Robin.
I think I would have to go with Robin as well.
Blue team, congratulations.
Thank you, Chef. Woo! Out of 4 dishes, my dish was the best.
Right, girl.
Thank you, Chef.
Good to see you, bud.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys. Thanks for having me.
Take
Thanks
care.
so much.
Thanks, John.
Good job, Robin.
One of the most common reward challenges during the early teen seasons of Hell's Kitchen was the Protein Race Challenge. How this challenge works is that a pair would have to taste a protein in disguise and then try to identify it out of all the other proteins. Many times, it's one pair that really costs the team the challenge, as they fail over and over again in identifying the correct protein. This is exactly what happened in Season 16, as Shayna and Aziza, who both admitted to having bad palates, were a complete disaster at this challenge. As even though pairs such as Heidi and Ryan and Gia and Kimberly have fantastic palates, especially as a duo, the blue team avoided losing an insane amount of time, as yes, while they didn't have a dominant duo, they didn't have one as bad as Shayna and Aziza, which allowed them to comfortably win this challenge.
You don't want to mix it up, you sure?
I'm positive. Shayna, if you don't have a strong palate, you shouldn't be in this competition.
We need the strong with the weak.
I know I got a good palate. I mean, I took classes on palate tasting. Okay, that's fine. Our strategy now is to put a stronger with a weaker so we can kind of carry each other.
Come on, let's go.
Ostrich and
Squid.
squid. Wrong. Lobster and beef. Wrong.
Swordfish and
Bill
bear.
sword.
Wrong.
Elk.
And frog legs.
No. Come on. Grab something.
Octopus and trout.
Surf and surf.
One
is
on the
right.
right. Let's go elk again.
That's the second time we've done elk.
Bacon
Bacon
octopus.
Wrong.
Rabbit octopus.
Wrong.
I didn't think that their pellets were that bad. I was wrong.
Buffalo. Monkfish.
Yep, right there.
Yes. Finish off. Go blue team.
It's too bad Shayna's protein wasn't a chicken, as I'm sure she would have absolutely nailed that dish.
Go back. Get the
lady.
chicken. It's a bird. It's a bird. Let's go with chicken already.
Chicken's right here. No, we already put out chicken.
Get the chicken.
on,
Get the
lady.
chicken.
They got the chicken already. Apparently, Shayna eats a lot of chicken.
Look for white meat. Get the chicken.
In Season 7, the teams are split up for a 2-part service, as one team would cook while the other team would work tableside, and vice versa. Autumn, instead of doing what you'd expect from a waiter, providing the customer with food and compliments from the chef, proceeded to push the customers into giving the food back to chef, which in turn would slow down the red kitchen, in hopes her blue team would win that night. While I'm sure the customers weren't thrilled to have her asking if there was any mistakes in their food every 2 seconds, you can't deny that this was savage and a complete challenge hack by Autumn, as had she acted like a normal waiter, the customers likely wouldn't have said anything.
I got myself all pretty, gonna charm the tables. I'm gonna send anything back just for the sake of sending it back and hope that that collapses the red team. If you need me to take something back, I'll be happy to. You have a look on your face. Undercooked.
A little under.
Okay.
Oh, guys, come on. What's the matter?
It was supposed to be medium and medium well.
Medium well, yes? Yeah. Burger requested medium well, stone cold in the middle, and it's rare. Off. Tables are starting to complain.
But in an exact opposite instance from Autumn, you have Carol, who won her team dinner service by being overly nice to the customers out in the dining room. For the premiere episode of season 5, Giovanni from the blue team and Carol from the red team were told that they would be waiters for their respective teams, despite neither of them having any knowledge of the job. But one thing everyone should have knowledge of is that liquor makes everyone happy and puts people at ease even when they're hungry for food. After the usual bad opening night, combined with the customers having to wait even longer than normal after the power went out, Carol used this as an easy opportunity to make good with the customers, giving them non-stop wine to improve the mood and pass the time. After service, Ramsey stated that the winning team would be determined by which waiter performed the best. While 90% of Giovanni's customers said he was crap, Carol received a whopping 88% approval rate as a first-time waiter, winning her team dinner service. Now yes, while it would have been hard to be as bad as Gio, it wouldn't surprise me if Carol would have done better than any other Hell's Kitchen chef as a waiter, as even if she sucked at it, there's no better way for an attractive woman to charm the customers than serving them endless wine, as of course, people are going to be far more likely to forget the mistakes from their waiter if they have a lot of wine in them compared to when they're sober. So I guess the lesson here is, it's not only a Hell's Kitchen competition hack, but a general life hack to win people over with wine.
And voila! When the lights went out, I was just giving tables wine and more wine and more wine.
I'm gonna go ahead and leave the bottle here for you.
Because I kept boozing them up, nobody got upset.
I'm going to let the service of the dining room be the deciding factor on which team won. Carol, 88% of your diners rated you above average. Giovanni.
Yeah, chef.
90% of your customers thought your performance was below average. So tonight, clearly, the losing team are the men.
At number 1, we have a hack coming from the legendary Petroza. In season 4, Luras had his first truly bad service, as he had a disastrous performance on the meats. One of his mistakes included an overcooked steak, immediately noticed by sous chef Scott, which put Luras in serious trouble, as he had no other steaks ready, which put the blue team very far behind. However, in an extremely clever maneuver, Petroza was able to slice the edges off the beef and frame it as a steak, which literally fooled Scott and the customers, and got the blue kitchen right back on track. Gosh, is there anything Petroza can't do?
LaRose, what's up, man? How come I can't see the nice, beautiful inside of the beef?
Yeah, I cut it in half, then I just seared it. Have another one with a nice pink center in it? Well, no.
With no steaks ready to serve, Lou Ross's situation is looking grim, but Petroza has a plan.
We had to show the face of the beef, so I had to slice a sliver off it. He sliced that paper thin, and I looked at him and I'm like, are you serious? But damn, did you see the color on that steak? It was straight medium well.
Okay, LaRose, where's that beef?
Here's the beef.
Much better.
That was the most ghettoest thing ever in possibly kitchen ever. You know? You do what you gotta do in the kitchen, right?
Thank you guys so much for watching this video of Hell's Kitchen Contestants hacking competitions. Please be sure to hit that like and subscribe button if you enjoyed it, and leave some comments down below of other HK hacks that I could use for a possible part 2. With all that said, take care everyone, and I'll see you next time.
Get out of there.